Here are the best tips and tricks to elevate your gameplay to the next level in Knightica. My tip number 1 is to get a smooth gameplay in. For this, we want to get the frame rate up to 120 FPS and also to get the effect speed up to very fast. This enables just a really smooth gameplay for us. Tip number 2, guys, get the right trinkets. Once you start the run, you get an offer of free trinkets. If you press escape here and instantly go next, then you can really reroll the trinkets fast. You should ideally start with something like a Sergeant, which has like no downside and gives you just a strong unit, which also will scale your early game units really fast. Economy is also an important part of this game, but there is no interest, so you get each turn flat 10 gold, so you can spend, especially at the start of your run, all your gold and have no downside. It's important that you already want to get scaling in as soon as you can, because you will need it. And for this, it's just really nice to get, for example, like just 2 spirits and 1 sergeant, and then you're fine for the early game. The mages are also pretty good in the early game, because you need only 2 to level them up, and then they have already 20 damage, which is quite a lot. Also make sure to use your synergies. The Surgeon, for example, gives at battle start +1 to adjacent units on attack and defense, and these buffs are permanent, guys. It's also always worth it to read the description below the type and attack, because some of the units can heal others, some have AoE damage, and some also have just special abilities, so this is also really important to know, because especially in the early game, getting AoE damage in is like really crucial. And you have also 4 bench slots. So you only need to place 1 more in, and then you will get revealed the next bench slot. So you also can just stall some units. And of course there's no interest, it's no downside to bank them up. And we can also sell them actually for the same price as we bought them. So the units are basically for free. And this means the borrower can give us, for example, each turn 1 additional ability. And if we don't want him, we just sell him for the same gold we bought him. And like this, we also can make just progress on money or stats on the board. Every 3 years on the star, there's like an event happening. And you're always looking for either Elite Fight or for the Demonic Hall to get Demon Souls, which are permanent buffs. We see here now 2 more Surgeons. And we should just get them in, guys, in order just to get the additional effects in. So now I want more gold, so I can just sell this guy. Don't need you anymore. And we just get 1 more of you guys in, and then we can just here buff the Lancers really a lot, because the Surgeons and the Lancers are synergizing quite well. And trust me, guys, like we have like a really smooth start now, because we just scaled right from the beginning, and this makes your runs like way easier. Okay, so all of the elitists giving you a 1-turn buff or ability which you can use. And reducing the cost of all troops is like one of the best things you can get, because this just gives you economy and you can even make insanely turns with this. So let's just pick off one of these guys. So we have now no more space at the board. We could unlock more stuff, but we see 2 Lancers. And if you combine things, it's always better than if you would put 1 more Lancer down on the board, because only this one squad will get buffed from the Surgeons. And experience is working in this way, guys. You need for the first level 100 and then plus 50 for the next level, but it's capped at 250. So the more you invest into 1 troop, the better it is also for scaling, instead of just playing 3 Lancers on the whole board. And then they also increase obviously with all the buffs they will gain. And then you see we always have a 30-30 freaking Lancer, and this will carry us the early game like insanely. So once your board is kinda locked, because you have no more space, you also should unlock just more fields in order to get more units down, because more units means either more scaling or just more strength right on the board. And as I said, the borrower guys are actually pretty good just for scaling. So we can just here level them up, because 1 level 2 is like better obviously as a level 1 guy, and then we can just get the value out of this in. The spirits on top are also really strong if you get them early, because they just scale from the early game. You can gain stats, and later, if you think you're not strong enough anymore, you can sell them and buff your whole board with it. So it's basically stats for free. Of course, we buffed our Lancers quite a lot already. I'm willing to also invest more into it, so we just want to level this guy up even more. The same thing is actually for the mages. They're strong, they're good, and they also scale just while leveling up them quite well. And then we just take the burrow guys with us for a bit more scaling later. Yeah, and the buff's just flying in pretty hardcore, which is like pretty smooth, really nice, and makes just the game in the early game here super easy peasy. So the goals for the World 1 are first to get a strong board with scaling, and secondly to actually get also economy up. So we should now work on the economy part, because we will be strong enough to win the fight anyways. And then we should just unlock more fields in order to get more burrow guys down for more scaling. As you see here, we just get 3 gold. That's really nice, that's what you want to see. And then we just take even more of the dudes in, because this will just scale us nicely. I think 2 of them are just like enough. So we're just saving now some gold, because I honestly think that's just better than anything else. Yeah, and like this you get just better and stronger from turn to turn. And then you obviously also want to get more synergies in to get even crazier buffs and just level up your stuff. And get also like more abilities and buffs in just to enhance your builds. Yeah, and because we also don't want to lose for no reason randomly, we also can just get a succubus on top in and even scale this thing like up a bit. Because it would be pretty foolish just to lose the boss fight because we did not play our strongest board. So it should be a pretty easy boss fight here. And then we can pick our first demonic soul. And then we completely destroy the first boss. On the first boss, you want to pick something which gives you economy, especially when you play a class which is heavily relying on gold. So the affinity is here pretty broken, so something like this or something which gives you gold on level ups is ideally what you want to see. And you also should use your rerolls if you don't see it, because this will enable us way more scaling and way crazier turns on the second and third world. And then we also should merge as much as we can, just because we always have the ability for each merge we do to get a gold, which simply makes us scale more while we are also scaling up. So scaling into scaling basically is pretty nice. And you also should make sure that you also roll once or twice per turn in order to get also here the additional things in, because they also scale you up. So then we get the Lancer up, and then we just want to get more surgeons in. And as long as we think it's fine, we also will keep the spirits just in the back to scale up even further. So it's really important to pick also elite monsters on World 2 and 3 especially, because then the buff they give you will actually also increase with each world you face. So in World 1, the buffs will only give you like +1 or -1, World 2 -2, and so on. So the more the game goes on, the crazier the elitist rewards will be. So the Ogre is also a really good card to scale in general. So we definitely like should get the Ogre in, because the Ogre is way more scaling, way better scaling than the stuff which we have already. Because the Surgeons are buffing the Ogre, and the Ogre gets for each buff additional stats. And like this we can scale like now even crazier. The elite on World 2 is like already quite a lot stronger than in World 1, but with such a build, like you have like quite decent time. And we even still like didn't use our spirits, so we're quite greedy here. As I said, you want something that gives you economy, gold, or minus costs. So this is nothing of this, so let's roll for something better. Yeah, and here's also the best you can get in World 2. Cost of all troops is reduced by 2 next turn. With this together also with the merge, you can make an insane turn happen. Because we can now buy all the small stuff for free and even get money while we're just merging. So we kind of can print gold out of nothing. And how does this really look if you played something like this? Well, we would play something like the Lancers are, I guess, still good enough. Then we just roll, and then we can just buy the stuff for free. Because this guy is costing 0. We can just get this in. This guy costs 0, so you can just grab him also for free. And then you can literally just grab all the stuff for free and just sell the other stuff off, which you don't need. And then just merge them together. And then you can just try to print like a lot of money out of nowhere. So this is for free. This is for free. We have here more stuff for free, gold for free, another guy for free here. And then we can just sell off the things which we don't need anymore. Merge even more stuff in here to even get gold out of it. Get this for free. And yeah, like this you can kind of make more or less like an endless turn. And if you merge 3 0 cost units, then you can sell them for 2 apparently. So you can literally make out of nothing gold with this. Which is kind of a bit crazy, not gonna lie. So just merging, getting more stuff in, merging in, and printing money out of the fucking nowhere. Yeah, I just want to sample size this. You could go like a lot longer, but I want to just continue, guys. And that's how you easily win your first runs, guys. Sub the channel if you want to see more Knightica.